Here are the top 5 mistakes that beginners make that wreck a perfectly good wavy curly wash day. Hey there guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Courtney, and if you're brand new here, hi. I like talking all things wavy curly hair science. I have a background in chemistry. I'm supposed to be your friendly local high school chemistry teacher, but instead, I enjoy sharing all the tips and tricks I can think of to help you improve the health of your curls. Yeah, I'm working on my opening spiel, and I don't know how I feel about that one, but I'm really glad you're here. Now, you may have tried diffusing in the past and gotten really frustrated because after you washed and styled your hair, your curl clumps were looking pretty juicy, pretty amazing. But after you tried diffusing your hair, it wound up looking like this, a blown apart, frizzy, stretched out mess. There is an art to diffusing, but it can really drive you nuts if you're making some of these mistakes that I'm about to talk to you about. If you want caring for your waves and curls to be easy, please make sure you're subscribed and have that notification bell clicked, because I would love to see your bright and shining face here on the YouTube channel again sometime in the future. All right, first mistake is taking your hair out of your plop. This is the perfect hair care towel, by the way, and going straight in to diffusing. Straight into Pixie diffusing, but we'll get to that in a minute. If you're leaving your hair dripping, soaking wet, and you are starting off the arduous process, the long process of diffusing your waves and curls, you will be sad. You will be frustrated. It will take 10 times as long to diffuse your hair. First thing you need to do is microplop your hair. You saw that I had this on my head. It was in the traditional plop, but taking the towel and giving your hair one more scrunch before diffusing removes even more of the excess water from your hair. I don't feel like plopping removes just a ton of product from my hair. Part of the reason for that is I really take my time scrunching and pulsing the product into my hair while I'm styling. I think I scrunch my hair way more than most people do, but my towels don't get crispy, crunchy, or stiff with gel because I don't think I'm removing that much product from my hair when I plop. Anyway, so if you've been nervous to kind of do this number with the dry portion of your t-shirt or microfiber towel before diffusing because you don't want to remove the gel, try it. You may not actually remove the gel. And as I mentioned a second ago, the next mistake that people make is they go straight into Pixie diffusing. What this does is it dries out the ends, which are your most porous and fragile part of your hair. These have been in existence for longer than your roots. What you want to do instead is hover diffuse first. What is hover diffusing? Hover diffusing is hovering the diffuser around your hair. Now, I personally really love to put my diffuser on my counter, then I grab my towel, and I will pick my curls up like so. I make a little curl hammock, I lift them up, and I stand in front of the diffuser, kind of swaying from side to side, so that the diffuser dries my roots and the mid-lengths of my hair first. But holding them with the towel keeps the ends of my hair actually wet and damp. This keeps them stuck together and keeps them from fraying out and getting really dried out because they're being dried first. We're gonna dry them last, and holding them with a wet towel keeps them from drying out first. I heard this saying from a friend of mine, and that is, ends need friends. The ends of your hair need to be all clumped together in order for your curls to form really, really beautifully. Also, this is a bonus mistake, and that is not listening to an audiobook or podcast while you diffuse, because we're gonna be here for a minute. Not as long as it could be with, diffusing your hair, making mistakes. It's still gonna be a minute. Also, Next mistake that people make, and I'm gonna show you this before I start, and that is turning their dryer to low speed and cool temperature. Guess what? Since we're hover diffusing, you get to turn your dryer up all the way to high speed and high heat. Shorten that drying time. You don't have to diffuse your hair on low speed and low heat. Why? Because we're holding the ends together with the wet towel. They're not gonna get frizzy because we're holding the ends together. All of the curl clumps are gonna stay in their curl families, and the dryer's not touching our hair. It's not going to get too hot because we're creating some distance and space between our hair and the dryer. Now, after like 4 minutes of diffusing, the cast is starting to form on my hair. You can see that I took the towel down, and now I'm just using my hand to scoop my curls. Now that my curls are starting to dry, they have a little bit more structure. They're gonna frizz less, so it's kind of okay to get my hand in there, but I'm being really gentle. I'm not like grabbing my curls or really ruffling my roots or anything. I'm just using my hand now as the hammock to pick up my curls and hold them. All right, the next mistake that I see a lot of people making is getting really impatient and moving the diffuser around too much. Now that that cast has started to form, my roots are 80 to 90% dry, I'm going to dry the ends of my hair now, which means that I'm going to Pixie diffuse. But I'm going to be a Zen master. I'm going to be super chill, and I'm gonna stand still with this diffuser in contact with my hair for 30 seconds to a minute before I allow myself to move the diffuser to the next spot. I'm not necessarily gonna turn my dryer on and off the whole time. If you notice that your curls get super frizzy, turn off your dryer, scoop your curls, turn it on, wait for 30 seconds, turn it off, and take it back down. Since the cast is already kind of formed on my hair, I don't find that that is absolutely necessary. That's just a bonus tip for you. Also, now that the dryer is going to be in contact with our hair, we're going to turn it down to high speed, but medium heat. Because I don't want this getting super hot because it's actually going to be touching my curls now. Another thing is moving around too much. This is a bonus tip, and yet another bonus tip. Welcome to Courtney's channel, full of the bonus tips. You're getting more than just 5 things. But when you move your hair from side to side, don't violently flip it. I'm not gonna fling my hair and like mess up my curls. But to get your hair to the other side, all you have to do is kind of lean really far one direction. Make sure your hair's not stuck to your shirt or your ear. Lean forward, roll, and the hair goes to the other side. Now it's on the other side, and it hasn't been disturbed. The last mistake that I see people making is diffusing their hair too far. I may have made some of these other curly hair diffusing mistakes in the past, like going straight into Pixie diffusing and not hover diffusing at all. But this is something I figured out really early on. You don't have to diffuse your hair to 100% dry. 9 times out of 10, when people do that, they do wind up breaking the cast that is on their hair and blowing all their curls apart and creating a ton of frizz. Diffusing your hair to roughly 80 to 90% dry and then letting it finish air drying in the cast is chef's kiss. That works, but diffusing your hair all the way, no ma'am, it will make the frizz. So how do I check if my hair is 80 to 90% dry? Well, I'm honestly guessing, but I will take my fingers, stick them into my hair, close them, pinch the curls like so, and feel. There is some feel that's going on here. You can see that I have a little, oh, this is a really cute curl. I want you to see it, but it's not showing up on the dark background. Hold on, let me find one on this side. Nope, that one didn't cast. That's fun. Now, the products that I used today didn't give me a super crazy hard cast, but I do have a little bit of a cast on some pieces, and my roots are dry. My mid-lengths and ends are still just a little bit damp. That is me estimating roughly how dry my hair is. Now what I'm gonna do, since my hair is kind of sorta in a cast, it's not a super crunchy cast because of the products that I use, but now that it's kind of protected and it's mostly dry, I'm going to let it finish air drying in the cast. That will make my curls look absolutely incredible once I scrunch out the crunch and fluff it. It keeps all of these juicy, spirally, curly bits that are in the cast together in the cast. So all I have to do is be patient and wait just a little bit and let it finish air drying. I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't have to be as careful with my hair 80 to 90% damp in a cast as I would be with my hair 100% soaking wet. I let it air dry all the way from right out of the plop till it was dry. That's a long time to sit there and be super careful and not try and break up your curl clumps or create frizz. Now my hair is locked in. I've got the curl enhancement that comes with the diffusing, but I'm getting some of the benefits of air drying because I didn't diffuse my hair to 100% dry. Those are the 5 things, the 5 mistakes that I see a lot of people making when they diffuse their hair that cause them to hate diffusing. Diffusing doesn't have to be hard or terrible. With my hair length and density, it takes me 15 minutes to get to this point. That's very doable. That's very manageable. Having to diffuse your hair for an entire hour, that feels like a lot. And there are a dedicated few who do invest the entire hour every time they wash and style their hair curly to diffuse for that long. I have never found a routine that gives me better results than this one. And it's easy and it's doable. It makes me want to style my hair curly, but if I had to diffuse my hair for an hour, I don't think I'd ever wear my hair curly. So hopefully these tips and tricks make diffusing much more manageable for you. And bonus, because you stuck with me till the very end of the video, you get the last and juiciest of bonus tips. You do not need a super expensive dryer for these tips to work for you. I have done every single one of these tips that I showed you today with a $20 dryer diffuser combo from Walmart. I literally walked into Walmart and picked up the cheapest blow dryer that came with the diffuser. It worked just fine. I currently have a professional Dyson hair dryer in my home. This is the dryer that I personally like the most and reach for most often. This is the Leifin Swift, I believe. I will have it linked down below. It is a fraction of the price of a Dyson, but you get a lot of the benefits of a Dyson. It's very lightweight, it's very powerful. It dries your hair incredibly quickly, the ionized airflow. No, this video is not sponsored by Leifin. Not sponsored. I just like this dryer. If you want to check out Leifin, I will have a coupon code in the description down below for you, if that's helpful to you. If not, don't worry about it. You can use whatever dryer diffuser you currently have. I promise this will work. So, as always, I sure hope you are having an absolutely fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!